Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 16th to the 22nd of October 2023. So we really have a seasonal change here as we're in the last week of Libra, and we've had the new moon in Libra, the recent eclipse, lots of activity last week. But we're heading into the darker months now, and Mars has recently moved into Scorpio, and we'll be joined by Mercury at the end of the week and the Sun next week. So we're starting to feel a lot of the Scorpio energy coming in, after having had a long Venus retrograde over the summer, Venus ruling Libra. So this is the time of year where we go from light to dark, go into the darkest months, go well within ourselves, journey into the subconscious. Lots of myths and legends talk about going into the underworld. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, or Hades, lord of the underworld. So we prepare to let the summer go, take the light with us, and go into our own inner world to explore and cleanse what's happening on a very deep level. But before that, on the 19th, the Sun meets with Mercury in Libra to seal off that whole Libran phase and call for some final balance. So Mercury being our thought processes and Libra being our relationship to self, other, higher self and source. Some final realizations on relationships, on balancing our masculine and feminine, bringing balance to our outer and inner world before we plunge into the dark waters of Scorpio. Adding to this, the moon this week moves from Scorpio through to Aquarius, so that's actually taking that journey into the darkness to come back out into the light. And last week we saw Pluto finally turn direct, so Pluto's very active over the next few months, moving into Aquarius for a 16-year phase on the same day as the Sun moving into Aquarius on the 21st of January. So the big picture this week is to voluntarily take our own journey into the dark, into the depths, exploring our subconscious with the bravery to see what's happening underneath the surface and the ability to transmute and transform that energy from base to crown. So it's a fairly peaceful week as far as activity goes, but we have had the recent new moon and eclipse, and we've got a chance to really assess what that brought for us. Not all eclipses affect us, not all moon cycles affect us, but if you did have some big activity, you've got a chance to pull back and reflect and relax and reassess in what is looking like a deep but calm week for the planets. So the activity is still around the 21 to 23 degrees Libra point. Find out where that is in your chart, to find the balance, to bring things into harmony and to create peaceful flow. That's where our energy is best placed for the first part of this week. Then as we get towards the weekend, let go of what you don't need to take forwards. We need to travel light. We need to be able to release, not drag emotional baggage forwards, not drag negative thinking and limitation forwards. So this early week Libra energy is all about being able to see both sides, set things in the balance, take a higher perspective, weigh things out, get the point of what's happened, but almost do some autumn cleaning, deciding what stays behind and what's worthy to come forwards. So a very fair and clean and balanced perspective comes in this week as we get the bigger picture of all the activities over the summer, but we only need to take the seed of awareness forwards. So as a result of all the summer retrogrades, our relationships should be better, our self-worth should be better, our ability to harness the mind to work for us, not against us, and our higher perspective that we've gained should all be showing their rewards now, making life simpler, clearer and more pure. But by the end of the week, Mercury moving into Scorpio, meeting with Mars next week and the Sun, we have a trinity in the deep water sign, which will show us where to put our focus with forensic vision, look at our motivations, where we're really coming from, and an opportunity for some very transformational healing of deep fears, blocks, negative behaviour patterns, and refreshing our motivation. If we realise we've been motivated by something that's coming from the negative, from fear or habit or struggle, then in the coming weeks we'll be able to use especially the Mars energy to turn that around, to feel our inner power, to take our light deep within and find the rocket fuel that actually motivates us to create our most empowering inner selves and activate our passion, fire up our motivation, and align with and activate our self-mastery. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available, zoehind7@gmail.com. Post these videos on my YouTube, zoeastro, Facebook, astrozo, and Instagram, zoehind7. And if you'd like to study your own chart, or astrology and tarot and numerology in general, then I am available for courses. I've got a 13-module astrology course that can be done over a year at your own pace, 3 tarot courses, including some numerology in there as well, and 2 courses on working with the moon cycles. I'm also available for coaching as we go in deep. If you find anything that you'd like some help with, untangling, dissolving, releasing, then we work with your chart, but also with what you've got on your plate at the moment. So into the underworld, the inner world, finding the balance, summing up the summer, finding peace, encouraging harmony and flow, in order that in the winter months, as we go from dark to light, we're living as our true selves, taking our power of self-mastery back, performing great transformational healing, and also adding to the collective, which is also going through this process on the outside. So be the change you want to see. We start with ourselves, and if we set that as our intention, then over the next few weeks we can really harness the energies available to us to make some profound and positive changes. So those are the horoscopes this week, and I'll see you next week.